So, have you guys been hearing about this 2026 offline renaissance? I've been hearing about that a lot. It's basically all the I won't say all the tech people, but most of the tech people are saying 2026 is going to be this huge turning point, if you will, where everybody starts to pull back from the internet a little bit. It's almost like we finally hit a limit to how much our human brain cells can handle of this thing that we call the internet. And honestly, I think they're right. I think they're right. I think we do need a renaissance. Bring on the renaissance. Bring on the renaissance. And let me tell you why. I don't think we need an offline renaissance because it sounds aesthetic or cool or trendy. Y'all know I don't do trends. I hate trends. I think we need this renaissance because I feel like we're slowly forgetting how to be human without a screen telling us how to feel. Like we're forgetting how to be us as a collective, if that makes sense. At least that's just how I feel. That's my personal opinion. Apparently, a lot of Gen Zs are switching to dumb phones. You know, the phones that you don't really have internet, you can't access social media. So they're already making a movement. And shout out to them for that. Because this is, I mean, having a smartphone is convenient, but I think in these days that we live in, it's not all what it's cracked up to be. It's not what they sold us. The future was supposed to be flying cars. The only thing we got flying around now is anxiety. Let's keep it real. It's nothing like what they was telling us it was going to be. They just screwed us up with this internet stuff. And here I am talking to you via internet. Dang it. Crap. Bring on the renaissance. Bring on the renaissance. I was thinking about getting a dumb phone too, because these smartphones are getting scary. They're a little too smart. You know, it used to be like you used to say something out loud and Siri hears it, and then all of a sudden it'll pop up in your Google, ads. But now I feel like I don't even have to say what I'm thinking out loud, and then my phone suggests it. Like, how is it in my brain? Ugh, I don't even want to think about it. Sometimes I feel like they microchip me and I don't know. I'm like, where did they microchip me? Was it that Shake Shack milkshake I drank on cheat day last Friday? I feel like they microchip me, man. Everything online is so polished now. And when everything becomes perfect, nothing feels real anymore. And I think that's why people are seeking out human connection more, because human connection is real, but it's imperfect at the same time. You know, you might meet the love of your life and go to hug and they step on your shoe. The stepping on the shoe part is edited out on the internet. But the stepping on the shoe part is the imperfect part, which makes it kind of perfect. I hope that made sense. Like we need the little imperfections. At least that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the imperfections. Even sometimes when I'm editing my videos, I don't edit out the parts where I stutter because I feel like I'm taking the connection away. Like that part right there. I'm gonna keep that in. That's the human in me, you know? I don't know. I'm tired of everything being perfect. I don't want stuff to be jacked up either. But I don't want it to be too perfect where it's like, why is this so perfect? Because things get so perfect, you start second guessing everything. And now my mind is working overtime. Like, dude, I just want to be, bro. I just want to be. I just want to be a human being, not a human thinking, not a human doing, bro. And one of the huge problems with this whole thing is we've become reactors. Not creators, not thinkers, just reactors. Like notifications pop up on our phone, we react. Somebody comments, we react. The algorithm changes, we panic, then we react. We don't sit with our thoughts anymore, man. We just scroll through them. We out here trading our deep focus for deep fakes. Come on, somebody. I almost can't even enjoy anything without thinking, should I be recording this? Should I record this and save it for later so I can relive this moment? But the whole time I'm recording it, I'm not even living the moment. So now I record it just to live the moment later, if I remember it. Man, we out here living for replay instead of living for the moment. This is crazy, dude. Bring on the renaissance. Bring on the... Y'all already know what I'm about. Now, I do think this is going to be a big movement. I hope it is, but it's going to be very uncomfortable at first. It's not going to be as peaceful as people are trying to make it seem like it's going to be at first. Only because this is the first time in years you're going to have to sit with your own thoughts again. You know, no background noise, no distraction, no doom scrolling, just you. And a lot of people avoid that silence because it exposes everything that they've been running from. We've been digitally haunted for years. You got 5,000 opinions in your pocket at all times. Dude, our nervous system wasn't designed for that. You weren't built to be available to everybody on the planet 24/7. That's not connection, that's overload. And what I think is gonna happen is the real high value energy in 2026, it's not gonna be being known by everybody, right? Being popular or being famous. It's gonna be like being deeply known by a few people who actually sit across the table from you, you know? A room where nobody is filming, nobody's checking notifications, nobody's performing, it's just presence. I think that's more of what people are craving nowadays because it's starting to feel rare. And anything that's rare becomes valuable. I always say, if anybody can have it, I don't want it, you know? So if you hear anybody talking about this offline renaissance movement, don't wait for it to become a movement to join it. Let's start the movement now. Let's start small. I know I will. I'm trying to start small. I'm gonna start leaving my phone in another room. I did that today, actually. I'm proud of myself. Pat on the back. Stop playing. Matter of fact, just try to make it through dinner without checking your phone or looking at your phone or watching anything on your phone. Just sit with your food and be grateful that you have a plate of food to eat for dinner. See how hard that is. It's crazy that that's even hard for us. Oh my gosh. Now, I do want to say this. I'm not pushing this offline renaissance thing because I'm afraid of technology or I hate technology. It's just I refuse to let technology turn me into a spectator of my own life. You know, I want my brain back. I want to feel like my thoughts belong to me again. Yes. I want to feel like my thoughts belong to me again. It's really the phone. It's not even the internet. Remember when you had to go back home from school and then log into your internet? Because the internet, it wasn't a Wi-Fi back then. You had the Ethernet cable plugged into the back of the computer. That's the only way you could get on the internet. Maybe we should bring that back. All this wireless everything. I always had this thought in the back of my mind. I want to open this lounge one day. I don't know. It's a dream. I don't know if I want to act on it, but if you out there and you hear this and you want to act on it, do it, but just invite me to it. Okay. I want to open this lounge one day where no phones are allowed. Everything's old school. You got to leave your phone at home, leave it in the car. I don't know. You can't, no phones are allowed in this place. That way it's going to force you to interact with humans in a natural way. What if I see a beautiful girl and I want to get her phone number in the lounge, but I ain't got my phone? You better write it on your hand. My palm's sweaty. You better write it on the back. Whatever happened to writing phone numbers on the back of somebody's hand? Whatever happened to writing phone numbers on a napkin? Oh, my bad. I forgot. Cell phones. Nah, man. We need to bring that back. And if your skin gets sweaty, just write your phone number on your fingernails. Actually, ladies, that'll be a cool game for y'all to play. Like if you meet this guy and he's like, man, let me get your number. Let me get your number. And as y'all hang out throughout the night, the more you start to feel him, just give him like one number on his fingernail at a time. And that way, by the end of the night, if she feeling you, bro, you got 10 fingernails of her phone number. That's an experience right there. That is such a cool experience rather than let me get your number and you just pull out your phone and just type the number in. Nah, bro, you really had to work for that phone number. That's a story to tell. Not I got her phone number from the bar. Anyway, I think these phones have removed the friction so much that they've removed the experience out of the human experience. Golly, man. That's what it is, people. They calling it the offline renaissance. I just call it waking up. Looking people in the eyes again. Shaking people's hand. When the last time you shook somebody's hand? Living without needing proof that you lived. Oh my God. Look at what we have created. Put the phone down sometimes, man. There's still a world outside of these things. Anyway, just something I've been thinking about lately. As always, my people, my peeps, thanks for hearing me out.